All right, welcome to a new North Scottsdale project. We're up in the Troon area. This is approximately a 4,400 square foot home built in the early 90s that we've just finished demo on, and we're starting our rough electrical. Interesting thing about this house is it's kind of an early residential version of ICF construction. We'll get into some of the details of what we've got here in a little bit, but first we're going to start with a tour. So I just came in through the front door. This is our great room. Good sized living space, a lot of big glass panels capturing the views of our mountains and our golf course here up at Troon. And then this curved wall here is all going to be removed. And we're going to end up with basically a 4-panel curved slider. The track, the door frames, the glass, it's all going to be curved. It's going to be super unique. First one we've ever done. And so we're working with our window company to engineer this so that we can, one, not only have it slide in multi-stack, but two, it's going to be automated and it's going to slide into a pocket. As we come into the guest wing of the house, we are going to end up with 2 bedrooms and an office back here for guest quarters. This opening is going to change. This is going to end up being the office area for our client. Nice, secluded off to the side with a small half bath. And then as we come down and exit the room, we'll come down a hallway to 2 additional guest bedrooms, both with ensuite bathrooms. You'll notice a lot of curved walls, a lot of radiuses, and then even our cast in place concrete has a lot of curves to it. So it's a really unique project, something new for us to take on. You don't see a lot of this. Standing in one of the guest bedrooms, again, a full curved wall. It used to have a fireplace, we've removed that. And then we're well into the underground on our plumbing on this as well. So more details to follow, but as we come back through to the main part of the house, we'll head over to our kitchen. Currently also having underground and electrical done. It's going to get a slight layout change. This kitchen is very cozy for this client. This client is more about intentional space, a very good use of space versus lots of volume of space. So the planning that the design team over at SDS has done for this space is pretty incredible. We can't wait to show it off. Full rotunda, eat-in kitchen area, stunning views morning or night. This will be a really great place to hang out, have your morning coffee or eat dinner. Views are going to be great, especially when the nighttime lights come on from the city and the mountains. Coming back through the kitchen, we'll go upstairs to our primary suite. It's on its own level. It's fully secluded. We have a curved staircase, which provides a little extra privacy as we come up and around the corner. The very first small room on our right is going to be the laundry room for the house. So that's also kind of tucked into the primary suite, but still accessible from anywhere in the house or if there's guests. Pretty much leaving that footprint. And then as we walk into the primary bedroom, this is going to end up getting reconfigured, but you'll have our bed set, entertainment for this space, amazing views all right here. We'll be shifting this space around to create a large primary bath, which will have its own walkout deck and a large closet with natural light. Again, doesn't look like much now because we've just demoed it, but this is going to be a pretty amazing suite with pretty amazing views. Okay, now we're down in the garage. A lot of the mechanical equipment is housed here, as well as extra deep garage we can probably stack a couple of vehicles in here, at least on one side. We'll be able to go tandem. You'll notice that the ceiling is pretty well exposed here. And the reason for this is we've got the steel I-beam and then with steel joists coming across that support a subfloor, and we have a 4-inch thick concrete slab for the upstairs that was poured. So this home is ultra efficient, ultra quiet even upstairs, and also a little bit more challenging to work on than the typical home. All right, as we wrap up our tour, we're standing outside of our future curved pocketing door, looking kind of at these amazing golf course views and the rest of the backyard. Phase 2 on this project, which is still in design, is going to be full landscape, front and rear. We're looking forward to seeing what the design teams come up with on that, and we'll be able to show you that in the near future. All right, so this home was built in the early 90s, and what's interesting about it is it's kind of got an earlier version of ICF. And so insulated concrete form has been around since at least the 1960s, and it's a lot different today than it used to be then. And I'm not even sure that this is 100% ICF based off of what we saw when we did the demo. But the reality is energy efficiency is all the rage today inside of building new homes or remodeling homes. But it's kind of been around a long time. And so when you look at this home, which is now every bit of 30 or 35 years old, we see at least a version of ICF in all of our exterior walls and really all of our load-bearing walls. And so the way that these were constructed is a little different. ICF is basically called like the Lego style of building, where you take insulated blocks that are made out of foam with metal or plastic cross members, and then you stack them down and then fill them with concrete. This is a little different in that this is cast in place concrete with rebar inside of it, and then they use 3-inch foam sheets, which are approximately 4 foot wide by 8 feet tall. And they affix that to the wall before they poured the concrete. So you'll see these wires every so often. Part of that's rebar, but also what this did was from the center of the form where the rebar is, they ran these wires around it, put them through the styrofoam sheets, and then tied those to a basically like a 1/4 inch or a 3/8 inch OSB to suck everything together. That way the void was left open and the foam was pulled against the form, and then they filled everything with concrete. So it's a pretty interesting building method. It's actually the first time we've seen it in a project that we've demoed. In fact, here's an example of the sheet product that was on the wall. We've mostly removed that as well. And so when we look at this, we know that this home has been ultra efficient since it was built. There's foam on the outside, there's foam on the inside, and it's very, very sturdy. It's holding up a lot of weight, and it's pretty much the entire exterior of the home. So this is a unique building method. It is definitely going to come with some unique challenges on this remodel that we're working with our architectural and engineering teams on, especially as we start building out pockets for these slider doors, and we look at, for example, how some of the old fireplaces were put together and how that masonry was not really resting on the proper bases. We're going to have to make all those adjustments. But inside of this space, we will be sure to put it back to an ultra energy efficient final product while, kind of paying homage to the original thoughtfulness that went into a project like this.